This is Channel 9 Eyewitness News this morning. Coverage you can count on.
Today, Central Florida decides who will represent our area in the U.S. House of Representatives. Ahead of this special election, District 6 may be closer than expected.
Plus, we're learning more about a domestic murder-suicide in Volusia County.
It was the victim's 19-year-old daughter on the phone saying that she had heard screaming, glass breaking, and gunshots.
Why the sheriff says the killer was arrested just last week.
Plus, a historic private mission is now underway after this rocket launch. Coming up, the new images from space that came into our newsroom while you were sleeping. It's 6 o'clock on the start to your Tuesday, April 1st. Thank you for joining us. I'm Kirsten Delgado.
And I'm Alexa Lorenzo. We get you going in Severe Weather Center 9 with certified meteorologist David Heckert.
Hey, good morning, Alexa and Kirsten. Good morning, everyone. Yeah, pretty mild start to the day out there once again. And again, we're going to be talking about the threat for some rain and thunderstorms heading to the afternoon and early evening. We're waking up to some low clouds, kind of some haze out there. Look live here over downtown Orlando. Temperatures only into the upper 60s right now. In fact, 69 degrees out at OIA. South-southwesterly wind at 5 miles per hour. Other numbers across Central Florida, 60s and low 70s. We're 70 in Ocala, 69 in Sanford, 69 the current temperature in Titusville. And already watching a couple light rain showers here on early warning Doppler 9. We're up into parts of Marion County. One little cell here is kind of grazing the Reddick area, and then a little bit more concentrated activity south of Williston. That could head towards Fellowship here in the next 20 minutes or so. But the bigger threat for rain and storms will hold off till later in this afternoon and this evening out there. And it's going to be quite warm. In fact, in Palm Bay, high temperatures getting back into the mid-80s. I'll be back to take a close look at the fog threat here for the morning drive. That's coming up in less than 10. Let's head back to the traffic center now. Alexa, watching some new issues in Osceola County.
Yeah, it's a new crash on Poinciana Boulevard right near Orange Blossom Trail in Osceola County. It's not far from Poinciana High. At this point, we do have a lane moving northbound of Poinciana blocked, and that's why we're seeing those delays through the area. This is 192 moving westbound just after World Drive. Troopers are working a crash through here, blocking one lane, but we're not seeing any delays just yet. A live look at I-4 and Amelia Street in downtown Orlando. Easy start to that commute. Coming up, we'll show you a brush fire near the beach line in Brevard.
Right now, we're less than an hour away from the polls opening in a special election. Republican State Senator Randy Fine and Democrat Joshua Wheel are running to represent Florida's 6th district in the U.S. House of Representatives. District 6 stretches from south of St. Augustine to South Daytona to the edge of Sanford, then up to Ocala and Gainesville. Channel 9's Giovanni Diaz is live for us this morning at the First Assembly of DeLand. That's a polling location for today. Gio, this may be a tight race.
Kirsten, good morning to you. Just so you understand how tight this race could be, we are talking about a 4 percentage points difference between the two candidates, according to the latest poll we had access to. And all of this makes a lot of sense because this race would have a major impact, not only locally, but especially nationally. So District 6 is massive. It includes parts of Volusia, Brevard, Lake, Marion County. The polls are expected to open in less than an hour at 7 o'clock this morning. Reporting live in Volusia County this morning, I'm Giovanni Diaz, Channel 9 Eyewitness News.
Gio, thank you. And there are other races happening today across Florida. Republican State CFO Jimmy Patronis and Democrat Gay Valamont are running for former Congressman Matt Gaetz' seat up in the Panhandle. There are also primary elections happening today for a state house seat up there, as well as state house and Senate seats in Brevard County.
Happening today, the trial for an Orange County man accused of raping several women continues. A jury was seated for the trial of Nelson L. Deege. Back in 2023, investigators say he raped women at gunpoint at bus stops in Pine Hills. Of course, we'll be in that courtroom for you and give you the latest updates today on Eyewitness News at noon. Meantime, a man accused of killing his wife last week will also go before a judge. Deputies say Lamar Bryant shot Takesha Eads. It happened at a home on West Livingston Street. Bryant now faces a first-degree murder charge. Eads was a mother and grandmother. Her family has now set up a GoFundMe page to help them out. So far, it's raised more than $1,500. We have a link to it on our website, WFTV.com.
This morning, we're learning more about the people involved in a murder-suicide in Volusia County. We brought you live to this scene on Parma Drive in Deltona as this story was breaking yesterday morning. That's where deputies say Samuel Vaya shot his ex-wife, Ashley Vaya, early yesterday morning. They say Vaya then sent law enforcement on a high-speed chase into Flagler County where he crashed his car. Investigators then learned he shot himself. Yesterday, deputies released this body camera video from last week where they say They arrested Vaya for a different domestic incident involving a weapon. He was released from jail on a $2,000 bond.
When a man puts his hand on a woman, that relationship is over. And I tell my daughters the same thing. That relationship is over. Run from it. Because once that's done, there is no putting that genie back in its bottle.
Sheriff Mike Chitwood said Vaya was court ordered to turn in all of his weapons. He only turned in 3 before the murder. And we want to remind you, if you're in a violent relationship, help is available. The phone number to the National Domestic Violence Hotline is on your screen right now. It's 1-800-799-SAFE.
Happening today, a new chief will take the reins at the Kissimmee Police Department. Charles Broadway was chosen as the department's 35th police chief. He previously served 12 years as a police chief in Claremont. You can meet him today at 5 o'clock this afternoon at the Kissimmee Civic Center. He'll officially be sworn in an hour later.
Today, the Brevard County Sheriff's Office will hold a celebration of life for a beloved canine. We told you last week, canine Junie died after a battle with cancer. Junie was a close partner with Sheriff Wayne Ivey. A memorial service will be held at 3 p.m. at the East Coast Christian Center in Merritt Island. Junie will receive full honors. Then a procession will follow, taking Junie to the Canine Junie Animal Medical Center on West O'Galley Causeway. 6:09, we get you over to Severe Weather Center 9 with certified meteorologist David Hecker.
Hey, good morning, Alexa. Good morning, everyone. Warm start to the day out there, and we do have the threat for rain and thunderstorms here afternoon and evening, and that is true along our coastline. Live look currently out at Cocoa Beach. It's a warm start to the day in coastal Brevard County. 70 degrees out there right now with a westerly wind at 3 miles an hour. We do have a little bit of fog developing. In fact, the Orlando Airport just went down to 0.3 of a mile visibility, half-mile visibility in Winter Haven, some fog, at least haze at least, Palm Coast in the Daytona Beach area. So we do have some fog out there, especially down into parts of Polk, Osceola County. Do take your time there on the morning commute. I'm also watching a couple light rain showers on early warning Doppler 9. One little cell there near Riddick has faded away. Now pretty good cell crossing into far western sections of Marion County along US 27. That's heading towards the Fellowship area. But that's about it here on early warning Doppler 9 this morning. I think any activity is mainly going to be confined to parts of Marion County for the morning time period. Castleberry for today, better chance for rain and storms late afternoon to the evening. High temperatures getting back into the upper 80s. I'll be back with the updated future track. We're going to walk through hour by hour the threat for rain and storms. That's coming up in less than 10. Let's head back to traffic. Sarah now, Alexa monitoring a brush fire now along the coastline.
Yeah, you can see it right here on live traffic tracker, David. It's a brush fire near the beach line right by Challenger Parkway in Brevard County. State troopers are warning about some smoke in the area, so make sure you're taking it easy with that limited visibility. Taking you now to State Road 46 just before I-95 in Mims. This is right by the Love's truck stop. Earlier, we had some slowdowns on State Road 46, but that's starting to clear on out. Moving north into Volusia County, lots of green on your live traffic tracker screen. No issues on US 1 or 17. Coming up, we'll show you the turnpike and how the drive's looking at 6:10.
Governor Ron DeSantis has unveiled a new plan to save you money on property taxes. Coming up, why some lawmakers in his own party say, though, it's not the right move.
And a road rage shooting is under investigation outside of an Osceola County Publix.
It was a pop, 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 like about 6 to 8 shots.
Next, the damage it caused and the search for the shooter happening now at 6:11.
Drone 9, only on Channel 9 Eyewitness News, getting you closer over the scene of breaking news. Sponsored by Bogan Munns & Munns. No gimmicks, just results.
Traffic updates are sponsored by Mercedes-Benz of South Orlando.
Investigations that matter are on Channel 9 Eyewitness News.
District Fire Chief Alyssa Bassan has been with the department for more than 2 decades, but now she's suing, saying she was retaliated and discriminated against.
Do you still love your job? No.
See breaking news first, only on 9.
Osceola County deputies chased a possible murder suspect up I-4.
Live on the scene reporting.
Some sort of altercation go on with the suspect or maybe a medical emergency.
When major news breaks, stay with Channel 9 Eyewitness News.
Welcome back. It's coming up on 6:15. I'm Alexa Lorenzo.
And I'm Kirsten Delgado. This morning, the Osceola County Sheriff is asking for help identifying the person behind a possible road rage shooting in Point Siena.
So it happened on Sunday afternoon in the Publix parking lot, they say, on Cypress Parkway. Witnesses tell us the driver started shooting at other cars and even at a chiropractor's office. After another driver pulled out of a space, one person described this scene as chaotic.
The guy was just shooting sporadically. He wasn't looking, which, you know, Luckily, nobody got hit, nobody got hurt, just the cars, but it was crazy. It was intense.
Anyone with information about this shooting is asked to call Crime Line at 800-423-TIPS. Happening today, you may see first responders working a large fake crash in Brevard County. Firefighters and hospital staff will be working an emergency response drill at the Palm Bay Fire Station on Foundation Park Boulevard. It'll include overturned vehicles, volunteers acting as victims, and it may include a medical helicopter. Officials say the drill will improve response times to emergencies and trauma care overall in Brevard County. A new security tool is being used in Volusia County schools starting today. At 6:30, we'll explain how AI helps to keep weapons out of the classroom.
This morning, we have new details on Florida's toll relief program, which has officially ended. FDOT says it estimates about $450 million in toll credits were actually issued since April 1st of last year. The agency is reminding people that SunPass customers get 25% off tolls every day just by having a transponder. All new this morning, Universal Orlando Resort is taking its brand new theme park on the road.
Pretty cool. The company released this new video yesterday previewing its National Epic Universe Portal Tour. Universal will be showing off what guests can expect when the new park opens. This will make it stop in Atlanta, New York, Philadelphia, and Chicago. We're also getting a new look at an experience coming to the park's Dark Universe section. The Darkmoor Monster Makeup Experience will allow kids and adults to transform into monsters like Dracula, the Wolfman, and more. Reservations for the experience are on sale now. Epic Universe officially opens May 22nd. That's some great makeup, great costuming. It's going to be awesome.
Wow. I mean, you think about that stuff and you go, my goodness, they're getting ready to do that on the road. But like you mentioned earlier, all that get up here at home can feel like a lot in these temperatures.
I'm just thinking of the kids that still want Disney face paint, princess, but then they may also want to go to the dark side. So one on Saturday, one on Sunday.
Oh, my daughter loves the face paint, so yeah, we'll probably.
She would do both.
We'll probably. In fact, she did a little makeup herself this weekend.
Just for funsies.
Yeah, it was interesting. It was not Alexa Lorenzo and Kristen Delgado quality. We'll put it that way. So hey, outside right now we are dealing with some warm temperatures across the area, some low clouds and fog, and we will be dealing with the threat for some rain and thunderstorms here later on this afternoon. 69 the current temperature out at OIA, a light southwesterly wind at around 5 miles an hour. Already got a couple light rain showers that we're tracking here in early warning Doppler 9. This is up into parts of Marion County. You can see a little bit of light activity closing in on the Fellowship area. We also have some action here and along the US 41 corridor near Denellen, and all this activity kind of pushing its way towards Ocala. I think this morning the best chance for rain will be in Marion County, but then along the I-4 corridor and towards the coastline, we're going to be watching some sea breeze rain and thunderstorms developing. Series future track by daybreak tomorrow morning. You see a quiet, or daybreak this morning. We'll be talking about pretty quiet conditions out there. Again, maybe a couple spotty showers in the parts of Marion County. Still dry at lunchtime. It's going to be a warm day once again, with lunchtime numbers already pushing in the low to mid 80s. You can see here by 4 o'clock, here comes the sea breeze developing. That's going to spark some scattered showers and thunderstorms around. Now, coverage today will likely end up being a little bit lower than it was yesterday, but that being said, around a 30% chance for rain and storms. You can see here by 6, 7 o'clock, some of that activity working its way into Metro Orlando. And although we don't have the mid and upper level energy we did yesterday, I just can't rule out an isolated strong storm. Biggest threat would be some gusty winds, some heavy rainfall, and possibly some lightning. You can see here by 11 o'clock, all this activity begins to push out of the region. So highs today, quite warm once again, mid to even upper 80s for many. In fact, 91 the forecast high in Winter Haven, 90 in Kissimmee, 89 in Orlando, and 84 the forecast high in Daytona. Got more rain to deal with here the next several days, but we kind of stair-step that down as the week progresses. So 20% or 30% rain chance today will go down to a 20% rain chance tomorrow and Thursday. And I think Friday and the weekend will be dry, but it's going to be quite warm here as we get towards the back end of the week. 7-day forecast, weekend always in view, upper 80s here for today, 30% rain chance. Again, lower coverage of rain and storms Wednesday, Thursday, and here come the 90s in a big way. In fact, it's looking warm for both Saturday and Sunday. Let's head back over the traffic center now. Alexa, monitoring conditions on the Turnpike.
Tracking fog on the Turnpike. It's right at the 429 in Orange County. You want to make sure you're keeping your distance between you and the car in front of you, driving with that limited visibility. We have a hit and run crash on 192 in Parton Settlement Road. This is in Kissimmee. We've been watching this for about an hour now. You can see the delays with troopers blocking a northbound lane of 192. Checking out those drive times for you. you right now. You can see it's a pretty standard start, 11 minutes on the 408 westbound from Alafayette to I-4. Coming up, we'll take you to Point Siena Boulevard in the next 10.
Crews at Gatorland say this gator will eat everything and anything from sunglasses to cell phones, but still ahead, his recent meal that forced handlers take emergency action.
And Southwest Airlines recently announced a big change to its free checked bag policy. Next, consumer advisor Clark Howard has advice for trusted and frustrated customers. It's 6:21.
6:24, your start to Tuesday morning. I'm Kirsten Delgado.
And I'm Alexa Lorenzo. Recently, Southwest Airlines announced it will begin to charge passengers for checked bags.
Channel 9 consumer advisor Clark Howard has a simple solution, though, to avoid these fees. This morning, employees of DoorDash and Uber looking to the Trump administration to include no tax on tips for their drivers. The proposal stemmed from Republican lawmakers and would allow most casino and restaurant employees to claim that deduction. However, most rideshare drivers are independent contractors, which means the bill would not apply to them. Tax experts say tax-free tips, though, could result in employers not raising wages.
A once popular restaurant chain has filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. Hooters plans to sell all of its 100 company-owned restaurants to 2 franchise groups. Last year, Hooters closed dozens of restaurants because of rising food and labor costs. The restaurant was founded in 1983 right here in Florida in Clearwater. The chain plans to return its original founders as part of a new management team in its reorganization process. We're hearing from the astronauts who spent 9 months at the ISS.
We were always coming back.
Coming up, why they say they never had a doubt they'd make it back home safely.
Plus, it is special election day here in Central Florida. I'm Giovanni Diaz reporting live in Volusia County. Coming up, why endorsements are playing a major role in this race, but not the way you're thinking.
And a mild start to the day out there. We're already watching some fog quickly developing now and some light rain showers in parts of the area. We'll track that activity, have an update and even higher storm chances coming up.
This Tower Cam shot sponsored by Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm.
We'll celebrate your favorite festivals and celebrations around the world.
Christmas in Europe, Oktoberfest in Germany,
St. Patrick's Day in Ireland. My heart's pounding.
It's a party all this week on Wheel of Fortune.
Brought to you by Leach Firm.
This is Channel 9 Eyewitness News this morning. Coverage you can count on.
In about 30 minutes, some voters here in Central Florida will go to the polls for a special election. The main focus for the candidates running to represent District 6 in the U.S. House of Representatives.
Plus, Governor Ron DeSantis has proposed a new cut to property taxes ahead. What some members of his own party, though, would rather see instead.
And it's comfortable now, but will soon be heating on up. Certified meteorologist David Heckard is tracking what mostly temps in the 90s. Bring it on. Good morning at 6:30. I love the heat. I'm Alexa Lorenzo.
It's your Miami girl they're talking, and I'm Kirsten Delgado. Certified meteorologist David Heckard is in severe weather center 9. I like the heat too, but maybe not on April 1st.
I'm with you there. This is an April Fool's joke. It is going to be quite warm once again. Alexa, let's pump the brakes a little bit on the heat. We got 7 months to go here still in the warm. Oh, yeah. Hey, good morning, everyone. We are dealing with some fog out there. In fact, last 30 minutes, this fog is really beginning to develop over downtown Orlando, so take it easy for that morning commute. 69 the current temperature at OIA, south-southwesterly wind at 5 miles an hour. Other temperatures here at 6:30, upper 60s and a low 70s. Still 70 right now in Ocala. We're 67 in Daytona, 68 in Titusville, and 69 right now in Sanford. Already watching a couple light rain showers out there this morning, an early warning Doppler 9. This is pretty light activity now impacting the Fellowship area. A little spotty shower there, far northwest side of Ocala out towards I-75, and then more activity, mainly sprinkles down towards the Denellen area. But our better rain and storm chance here in Orlando will likely be very late this afternoon into the evening hours, and it's going to be another warm day. Alexa likes it. Temperatures pushing all the way into the upper 80s. I'll be back. We'll take a close look at the fog threat for the morning commute coming up in less than 10. And Alexa's actually watching that fog here in Metro Orlando.
Here's a live look at the 408 right ahead Crystal Lake Drive. You're seeing some of that limited visibility as you drive through different areas across Central Florida. Make sure you have that space between you and the car ahead. New crash now on Marigold Avenue and Cypress Parkway. This is in Point Siena, right near the HCA Hospital on Cypress. We do have crews blocking at least one lane in this intersection. Now we jump on over to Point Siena Boulevard right near OBT in Osceola County, not far from Point Siena High. You can see some slowdowns in the area with crews blocking a northbound lane of Point Siena. Coming up, we'll take you to State Road 46 in Mims for a crash investigation.
Today, part of Central Florida will decide who they want to represent them in Washington. There's a special election for Florida's 6th district seat in the U.S. House of Representatives. The two main candidates, Republican Randy Fine and Democrat Joshua Weil, have spent a lot of time and money on this race. Channel 9's Giovanni Diaz is live for us at the polling location in DeLand. And Gio, those candidates also have some major endorsements.
Kirsten, good morning to you, especially financially. We're talking about more than $10 million raised for this race as of March 12th. And let me tell you, most of the money, more than $9 million, went straight to Josh Weil.
Lake Mineola High School and Grassy Lake Elementary will reopen this morning after a SWAT team operation forced a lockdown. Yesterday, deputies were trying to serve a warrant on a man inside a house on Hancock Road in Mineola. You can see the scene yesterday from Drone 9. The SWAT team used a robot to approach a man barricaded inside a home, but he refused to come out. Eventually, deputies fired tear gas into the home, and the SWAT team forced their way in a short time later. That's when the man was finally arrested and taken into custody.
Happening today, school officials in Volusia County are launching a pilot program using a new weapons detection system. It's called Evolve Express. The device uses AI-driven sensors to detect weapons while allowing for a smooth entry process for the students. The program will start today at Atlantic High School. Volusia County is the first district in the state to implement this advanced screening technology.
Today, Volusia County Council members will discuss whether to permanently allow dogs on part of Ormond Beach. This would extend a pilot program that started in November of 2023. Since then, more than 12,000 people have brought their dogs to the beach. There are rules like keeping dogs leashed and cleaning up after them. The county says they have had a few dozen rule violations, but no bite incidents. The city of Orlando issued an alert for Lake Man after a sewer overflow. City officials say 100 gallons of sewage entered the stormwater system after the blockage of a line. They say any activities that include contact with the lake water, including irrigation, should stop. Crews are putting up warning signs around the lake. The lake will not reopen until water tests prove it is safe to do so. The NASA astronauts who spent 286 days on the ISS are speaking now about their experience.
Sonny Williams and Butch Wilmore were originally scheduled for an 8-day mission, but had their timeline extended when the Boeing Starliner was deemed unfit to return to Earth.
There were some issues, of course, that happened that prevented us from returning on Starliner. And I'll start with me. There were questions that I, as the commander of the spacecraft, that I should have asked. And I did not.
Resilience and being able to take a turn that was unexpected and make the best of it.
Despite widespread fears for the astronauts' safety, Williams always said she was optimistic and knew they'd eventually make it back home. 6:39 right now, getting a check of weather and traffic every 10 minutes. And certified meteorologist David Heckert is in Severe Weather Center 9.
Hey, good morning, Kirsten. Good morning, everyone. Definitely a cloudy start to the day for many. You've got a little bit of fog out there. You can see, though, a hint of the sunrise here, looking live out towards the Atlantic waters in Daytona Beach. 67 the current temperature right now at the Daytona Airport. Southwesterly wind at 5 miles an hour. Here's our updated visibility chart, and you can see some of that fog really now impacting Metro Orlando, Osceola, and sections of Polk County. In fact, Orlando reporting now a third of a mile visibility, half-mile visibility in Winter Haven. Also a little bit of fog showing up here, Eastern Orange, sections of northern Brevard County. So do take it easy on the morning commute, especially the beach line, 417, then out towards the I-4 corridor. Watching a couple light rain showers in Marion County, an early warning Doppler 9. Some light activity in Fellowship. Also some action kind of at the bottom of your screen there, the Denellen area, excuse me. Majority of us are going to stay dry, though, it looks like, for the morning time period. So the latest here at 6:30, we do have some morning fog around. Better chance for rain and thunderstorms. We move into the late afternoon and evening hours, and it's going to be quite warm again with high temperatures back into the upper 80s. I'll be back. We're going to go city by city, pinpoint high temperatures in your town coming up in less than 10. Let's head back to the traffic center now. Alexa monitoring some new issues on parts of Brevard County.
We see it on live traffic tracker, that live data coming in. You see right here, it's a crash on State Road 46 just before I-95. At this point, we're not seeing any slowdowns on 46. A few slowdowns this morning at the intersection, but nothing too significant. It's right by the Love's truck stop. Jumping to a brush fire report near the beach line right by Challenger Parkway. This is in Brevard County. State troopers are warning about some smoke in the area, so take it easy as you drive through. This is congestion building now on I-4 westbound just before DeBerry Avenue in Volusia County. An early start to these slowdowns. We'll show you a crash on 192 in Kissimmee next.
With less than 3 weeks until Easter, you may be on the hunt for cheaper eggs. Coming up, though, why experts say there's good news and bad news about how much you'll pay later this month.
Plus, the next American Idol could be right here in Central Florida.
You are, oh my goodness. And
in a good or bad way?
No, it's a good way, good way.
Coming up, how this local high schooler says she's prepared for her big break.
And it's Gatorland to the rescue. Next, how crews helped a creature that ate a shoe at 6:42.
Download the WFTV weather app. Get a localized forecast from Tom Terry. Just search WFTV. Brought to you by the Law Offices of Attorney Dan Newland.
Involved in a car accident? Call me now, 407-888-8000.
Eyewitness News Livestream, sponsored by Advent Health.
Never, ever stop reaching for what makes you feel whole.
Approaching 6:45 on this Tuesday morning, I'm Kirsten Delgado.
And I'm Alexa Lorenzo. An alligator at Gatorland eats pretty much anything, and we have the proof. Here's Jaws. Jaws regurgitated sunglasses, a cell phone, and a sneaker.
But it was actually a shoe that was found in the water that actually could have killed him. Thankfully, though, as Channel 9 anchor Greg Warmoth reports, they knew exactly how to get it out.
On Channel 9. She's a powerhouse. It was an awesome audition.
I mean, she really has a robust kind of Broadway voice. It's pretty intense for someone so young. It's
17.
Amazing. Yeah.
It'll be fun to watch her journey here on Channel 9 over the next couple of weeks, see how far she goes as she moves out to Hollywood. And here at home, it's going to be a warm day today out there. In fact, we'll be dealing with a little bit of sunshine. Let's actually go back and want to show this graphic first. So looking ahead here for today, once again, some showers and thunderstorms developing afternoon into the early evening. Now, I think coverage is going to be lower than it has been the last couple of days, and I can't rule out maybe an isolated strong storm developing. A greater threat would be some gusty winds and maybe some intense lightning, heavy downpours. Wednesday, Thursday, there'll be even fewer rain and thunderstorms around, but a couple isolated cells will be possible. Temperatures once again hanging out in the upper 80s, and if you have big weekend plans, the headline here is going to be the warmth. It's going to be dry but quite warm with high temperatures both Saturday and Sunday, it looks like, into the low 90s. Now, outside right now, you can see some of those low clouds and fog currently. So look live over Lake Eola. It's a warm start to the day. No need for the jacket. Out at the bus stop, 69 degrees out at OIA, light southwesterly wind at 6. Early warning Doppler 9 watching a couple light rain showers. These are basically down to sprinkles here in central sections of Marion County. White Lines I-75. Here's Ocala. So some light activity kind of exiting the Fellowship area. Also some action near York. Some of this is likely going to get into Ocala here over the next half hour. But again, probably just enough to wet the pavement. I may want the rain jacket on the kids here as they head off towards the bus stop here in Marion County. Now, the rain chances today, you can see Marion County highlighted. That's this morning, but right along into the east of the I-4 corridor, that's going to be the best chance for rain and thunderstorms out there. So let's go city by city, pinpoint high temperatures in your community. Again, afternoon showers and storms likely. I think the worst of it will probably be southern Volusia and Brevard County here. 88 in Viera, 84 today in Edgewater. Metro Orlando, best chance for rain and storms very late this afternoon into the evening hours. It's going to be a warm day. Lake Nona makes it to 90 degrees. We'll get to 89 in Apopka. And our inland areas probably end up being pretty quiet. Maybe a stray storm, Claremont, Oakland, Mount Dora. But I think Sumter County ends up being pretty dry all day long. 88 in Bushnell. We'll get to 91 degrees down in Winter Haven. And we got more warmth in store here the next several days. So upper 80s for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And you can see here as we move into the weekend, Seminole County likely getting into the low 90s. This is well above the average high temperature in Sanford, which is around 81. 7-day forecast weekend always in view. 30% rain chance here for today. We'll be down to a 20% rain chance Wednesday and Thursday. And then here come the 90s for Friday and the weekend. Let's head back to traffic center now. Alexa still monitoring the situation in Osceola County.
This is a hit and run crash on 192 in Parton Settlement Road in Kissimmee. You can see things are starting to get very busy at this intersection. A heads up, if you typically drive through here, state troopers are blocking a northbound lane of 192. We're tracking congestion now as we jump on over to I-4 westbound and Lake Mary Boulevard. Always a busy stretch in Seminole County. Checking out those drive times for you, you can see that live data coming in just 9 minutes. I-4 eastbound Turnpike to Princeton Street.
Be prepared to slow down in downtown Kissimmee next. How new speed limits will play a bigger role in the city's future.
And coming up on TV 27, the food being pulled from store shelves because it may contain bleach. Welcome back. It's 6:53. I'm Alexa Lorenzo.
And I'm Kirsten Delgado. If you drive through downtown Kissimmee, you may notice traffic is moving slower than before.
Yeah, those new signs are already up, lowering the speed limit to 25 miles per hour along Emmett Street, Broadway, and Main. It's part of a bigger plan to make the city safer and more welcoming, not just for cars, but for people on foot and bike too. Business owners say slowing down is just one piece of a much larger puzzle.
And with the new streetscapes and people feeling more safe with the streetscapes and slower traffic and better landscaping and lighting, it's really unlimited, our potential.
The lower speed limit is part of a multi-million-dollar project called Connect Kissimmee, which includes new bike lanes, wider sidewalks, and beautification work. Phase 1 is expected to be complete by 2027.
A big addition is coming to Kissimmee this morning, and it's one the whole family can enjoy. The city is hosting a ribbon-cutting ceremony at 10 this morning for Lancaster Ranch Park. It's a 150-acre space off of Jack Calhoun Drive that'll feature trails, playgrounds, and a dog park and future phases. Today's main highlight is the opening of a new petting farm operated by Green Meadows, where kids can interact with farm animals up close.
Our partners at the Orlando Business Journal report the Orange County Convention Center is set for a major expansion. A $560 million project to grow the north-south building is slated to start in 2026. It comes as Orange County reports strong tourism numbers and hundreds of millions in tourism tax revenue. This morning, more than 33,000 Fords are being recalled. The recall involves 2020 to 2022 Ford Escape and 2021 to 2023 Bronco Sports. The NHTSA says the fuel injector may be cracked and leak fuel into the engine compartment, which could cause a fire. The cars were repaired incorrectly under 2 separate recalls. Impacted owners will get a letter in the mail after April 24th.
If you're hoping for lower egg prices before Easter, there's some good and bad news. Wholesale egg prices have dropped in recent weeks thanks to fewer cases of avian flu and less demand, but grocery store prices are still high, and that could stay the case as Easter and Passover drive up demand. The president of the American Egg Board says producers are still catching up from losses.
We have experienced devastating losses as a result of this disease. It takes months and months to get back to being able to produce eggs again.
She adds that spring migration could bring a new wave of avian flu, potentially slowing supply once again. So if you're planning to dye eggs this Easter, shop early.
Here's certified meteorologist David Hecker.
Hey, good morning, Alexa. Good morning, everyone. We are dealing with some fog out there once again. In fact, OIA is reporting now around 1/3 of a mile visibility, half-mile visibility in Winter Haven. Titusville also reporting half-mile visibility. So again, some fog around, especially in the parts of southern Orange, Osceola, and sections of Polk County. 7-day forecast weekend always in view. We have a 30% rain chance today. That's primarily going to be along and east of the I-4 corridor. Even lower rain chances here as we head towards midweek, and turning hot for the weekend. Dry conditions, though. Temperatures in the low 90s Saturday and Sunday. Kirsten?
Your complete local news coverage continues right now on Eyewitness News this morning on TV 27.
Coming up, the polls are just about to open for a special election in Central Florida. Why the race for the seat in the U.S. House may be tighter than you'd expect. For news, weather, and traffic in your car, tune to WDBO 107.3 FM and AM 580. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow.
Traffic updates are sponsored by Mercedes-Benz of South Orlando.
People in our community rely on 9 Investigates.
We owe it to you to make sure that we're holding the powerful accountable.
This team gets results each and every day.
When you see Shannon or Jeff knocking on your door,
Jeff Deal at Channel 9.
How do you explain that? You better have the answers to their questions.
And our reporting doesn't stop until that happens.
People are drawn to Channel 9 because they can feel the ability that we have to get solutions.